Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Artful Conversations. This is the second annual Bunty Awards. This is where I list my favorite music of the year. We're going to list the top 15 songs of the year and the top 10 albums of the year, according to me. And we've also got some bonus awards to give away this year. So, without further ado, let's get this list started. It's been a great year for music. Number 15, Overseas by Ken Carson. This song is a masterclass in rage music. The beat is dirty, and the track's popularity online, both in popular and underground circles, is evidence of its quality. I spun this one a lot this year. Number 14, Luther by Kendrick Lamar and SZA.
This world
Kendrick had an amazing year, winning the rap civil war, as some deemed it, against the evil Drizzy Drake. The beef was crazy to watch, and I felt like I was experiencing history the whole time, so I wanted to include a song from the back and forth on this list. But Luther, from Kendrick's recent album GNX, is just better. This song hits, and I have a feeling it will become extremely popular in the years to come. Number 13, 2024 by Playboi Carti. This track features a super fun sample flip from Kanye West, and Carti floats on it. I found myself replaying these unofficially released Carti tracks a lot this year, and I think this one is my favorite. I'm starting to fear we'll never get to hear this album, though. Number 12, Persimmon by The Army the Navy.
said you don't like persimmon.
The Army the Navy is a hidden gem of a band I found on TikTok. The duo is great all around, but their harmonies bring me back to listen. I've loved everything they've put out so far, and this song is my favorite of them all. I remember listening to the TikTok snippet waiting for the song to drop. Number 11, Something Ether by Lil Yachty. You may have noticed there was no snippet for this song. That's because the song is not on streaming anymore, with uploads seemingly being taken down. I'm not sure why, and it sucks because this is one of Yachty's best songs in my opinion. The production is crazy, and I found myself replaying it a lot. Number 10, Boys by Gabby Start. This track once again proves that Gabby Start's production and song structure are virtually second to none. The instrumental break near the end is the highlight for me. At this point, I think I can expect every new Gabby Start song to make the playlist. Number 9, Flash in the Pan by Jane Remover.
Wake up crying.
This track sees Jane going in an interesting direction. As expected, the production is stunning and intricate, and the chorus hits like a freight train. I'm super excited to see what Jane blesses us with next. Number 8, Bye Bye by Kim Gordon. With trap production this innovative and hard-hitting, it is easy to forget that this song comes from former Sonic Youth member Kim Gordon at the age of 71. This is the standout from the Geriatric Ragers album, with an enthralling lyrical performance consisting of a to-do list for traveling. It's as crazy as it sounds. Number 7, 360 by Charlie XCX. It was a brat summer, and this was the anthem. This song is expertly crafted with bubbly production from A.G. Cook and a strong vocal performance by Charlie with so many standout moments. Narrowing down Brat to my favorite song was difficult, but this is it. As of right now, at least. Number 6, Timeless by The Weeknd and Playboi Carti. This track was always bound to be good, with production from Pharrell Williams and Mike Dean. They snapped. The Weeknd's vocal melodies are extremely catchy as always, and Carti gives a great feature. Number 5, King Nothing by Blade. King Nothing is some of Blade's best lyrical work, with gems like Hailstorms Coming, Rare Form Junkie, I'm Jet Lagged in Every Country, and on the track I'm Trauma Dumping. The instrumental is a dense portrait of anguish. Blade's screams are just as cutting as the high-pitched synth that is introduced about halfway through the track. Number 4, Sadness as a Gift by Adrian Linker. Like many Adrian Linker tracks, this one is a masterclass in songwriting. The lush instrumental and Adrian's touching lyrics come together to create a song that will surely stir your emotions. It was difficult to just pick one song from Adrian this year, but this one feels like a classic already. Number 3, Type Shit by Future, Metro Boomin, Travis Scott, and Playboi Carti.
Pop it right about the blue type shit.
To me, Type Shit feels like a rewarding culmination of the advancements made in trap music over recent years. More than that, though, it's such a fun song. The beat is infectious, the psychedelic Travis Scott bridge is great, and Carti's verse at the end contributes to both the strength of the track and Carti's impressive year of features. Number 2, I Don't Really Feel It Anymore by Glaive. This track is very addictive, so much so that this was my most played song this year. The production is extremely compelling, from the high-pitched vocal snippet that serves as the track's backbone to the grumbling bass that muddies the whole thing tastefully. This is also Glaive's best writing ever, in my opinion. I'm impressed by what he was able to accomplish in this 2-minute song. Number 1, TLDR by Drain Gang. This Drain Gang posse cut is something to behold. The beat by White Armor is hypnotizing. Every element of the instrumental comes together to create a haunting beauty, and the vocal contributions from Blade, Echo 2K, and Tyboy Digital bless the track with a mystic coolness. For those reasons, TLDR is my song of the year. Those were my top 15 songs of the year. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Before we move on to the top 10 albums of the year, I'd like to shout out an honorable mention. We Don't Trust You by Metro Boomin and Future.
Meet me at the nearest coke spot. Middle of the slum stand.
This album didn't make the list because I'm not crazy about every song, but I loved a few, including Type Shit featuring Travis Scott and Playboi Carti, Like That featuring Kendrick Lamar, and Everyday Hustle featuring Rick Ross. I give this album 81 ice attacks out of 100. Now, let's move on to my top 10 albums of the year. Number 10, Rewired by Kuru. Once again, Dead Air gives us a great album, this time from experimental digicore artist Kuru. The production is super interesting throughout the project, and I was certainly never bored. From beautiful instrumental interludes to hard-hitting bangers, this album delivers. I give this album 85 Requiems out of 100. My favorite songs are Rewired, Save File 9 featuring Karna 007 and Lucy Bedrock, and Lack Of. Number 9, Imaginal Disc by Magdalena Bay.
That's my fly.
This album was my introduction to Magdalena Bay, and I am thoroughly impressed. The songwriting and production both go crazy. I only listened to this recently, but on my first listen, I already knew it had to make the list. The soundscapes are very cool. I give this album 86 images out of 100, and my favorite songs are That's My Floor, Angel on a Satellite, and Love Is Everywhere. Number 8, 2093 P2 by Yeet.
I could never quit.
This album sees Yeet on his most interesting beats yet, spitting thought-provoking bars about grappling with fame and sobriety. On Team CEO, Yeet remarks, I made every god cry, along with I got billion-dollar money, live inside a turtle. This combination makes for a great listen, as if a sonic world is being built. I chose the P2 version of this album specifically because the 2 songs added to the original track list are some of the best. I give this album 86 CEOs out of 100, and my favorite songs are Team CEO, Never Quit, and As We Speak featuring Drake. Number 7, The Collective by Kim Gordon. This album is extremely cohesive and interesting. It's a very captivating listen, and I implore all of you at home to give it a try. Kim's gravelly voice on this experimental production makes for a listening experience that will keep you on the edge of your seat. I give this album 87 candy houses out of 100, and my favorite songs are Bye Bye, The Candy House, and Psychedelic Orgasm. Number 6, I Lay Down My Life For You by JPEG Mafia. This album proves that Peggy is still on top of the game, with crazy production and hard-hitting songs. He's still flipping some crazy samples, and this is one of his best projects yet. I was lucky enough to see him perform these tracks live, and it was super fun. I give this album 89 Dylan Brooks jerseys out of 100, and my favorite songs are Sin Miedo, Either On or Off the Drugs, and New Black History featuring Vince Staples. Number 5, Fruit for Flies by the Army the Navy. This 7-song, 22-minute project is filled to the brim with beautiful moments. Not a bad track on this thing. So happy I discovered this duo. The harmonies and songwriting on this project are both stellar. I give this album 91 flies out of 100, and my favorite songs are Persimmon, Play the Music, and Alexandra. Number 4, Scrapyard by Quadeca. Even Quadeca's scraps are fire. This album, made up of songs that didn't make it onto Quadeca's more conceptual releases, is a mixed bag of high-quality ingredients. There are bangers and more introspective and thoughtful cuts, with production ranging from stripped-back guitar tracks to electronic undertakings. I give this album 92 guide dogs out of 100, and my favorite songs are You Don't Know Me Like That, Dust Cutter, and Guess Who. Number 3, Cold Visions by Blade.
Every night I get that cold vision, like when you think your phone's like.
With Cold Visions, Blade takes the soundscape of a rough around the edges rage album and merges it with poetic musings about his place in the modern world. Blade's lyric writing is incredible on this album, resembling a folk artist more than a rage rapper. Bringing on Filthy for production was a great choice as well. The beats on this thing slap. I give this album 93 sad meals out of 100, and my favorite songs are King Nothing, Other Side featuring Sick Boy Rory, and Young Sherman featuring Young Sherman. Number 2, Brat by Charlie XCX. This is a defining release for hyperpop, but not just hyperpop, pop as a whole. Every track on this thing is great, with club bangers and touching auto-tune ballads. I was astonished on my first listen, and I still am today. I give this album 96 club classics out of 100, and my favorite songs are 360, Sympathy is a Knife, and club classics. Number 1, Bright Future by Adrian Lenker.
Don't it seem like a good time?
My album of the year is Bright Future by Adrian Lenker. This is such a good album. I saved every song to my playlist, which is something I can only say for 3 albums ever. At times, listening to Bright Future feels like a spiritual experience. I recall listening to Donut Seam and witnessing a nutria enter the water, just as Adrian sang, "Don't it seem like a good time for swimming?" Picking 3 favorites was very difficult, but check out Sadness as a Gift, Donut Seam, and Fool. I give this album 98 real houses out of 100. Those were my albums of the year. Let me know your album of the year in the comments below, and let's move on to a new category. I'd like to shout out some songs and artists that I found on TikTok. So first we have Watermelon Dinner by Abby, or Aubrey, I hope I pronounced that right. Second, I have I Don't Care If My Grandfather Sees His Face in Mine by Haha Wiener 420. Next, I have When You Mean It by Emma Harner. And finally, We Lie Apart by Adolescent Dreams. Next, we have my music video of the year, and this goes to Stupid Can't Run From the Urge by Underscores, directed by Hideto Hata. So, I probably mispronounced that as well, I'm sorry. This video is awesome, and so is the song. The song could have easily made my list, but there was a lot of good music this year. I have 2 new awards this year. The first is Producer of the Year, and that goes to OK, also known as We Gon' Be OK, and he's pushing an innovative sound right now, so I want to recognize him. And the Best New Artist Award goes to Tu Hollis, who's been blowing up this year with songs like Trauma and Gold. I've been enjoying his new stuff. Thank you for watching. Let me know what you think about my picks in the comments below, and let me know your favorite songs and albums of this year. It's been a great year for music. Lots of great stuff came out, and thank you for the support this year. I haven't uploaded much because I moved to university, but stay tuned because I want to make some more stuff next year. And thank you for watching. Peace.